Hey, what's going on, everyone? Glad you are able to join us today.
Yes. My name is Liz.
My name is Orlando, and we are here for the very first episode of their story. And so wherever you are, we are glad that you are able to join us. What's the weather like where you are?
Today was actually really nice here.
Beautiful.
And I thank Jesus for the sunshine that was shining because this whole week has been really dreary.
Yes.
And so it was really nice just to have that really bright sun in your eye. And so their story, this is a new initiative, and it's all about an opportunity for families and couples to share part of their family story. Everybody talks about how rough 2020 was.
Yes.
And 2021 is also beginning to be an interesting chapter of everybody's story.
Yes.
And so we thought it would be really cool for families and couples to just share how they're managing life, if they have any tips to share with us or any stories that kind of we can learn from as well.
Yes.
But that's what it is. It's really just families sharing parts of their lives.
Yeah. And why is it so important for us to listen to stories?
There's power in our stories, and everybody loves a good story.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And all of our stories are not the same.
Yeah.
You know, and all of our stories, there's some messy parts of our stories. There's some great parts of our stories, but every single part of it, we've learned great lessons along the way.
Yeah. And so this is not a scripted show by any means. And so we just go with the flow. Today, our kids are not on here, but we are so happy to have with us the Ruddock family.
Yes. And so we're going to go ahead and bring them on. While we bring them on, please just go ahead and share wherever you're watching from, whether it's Facebook or YouTube. Please go ahead and share it so that others can be blessed in this as well. But we're going to bring on our guests right here. And we have the Ruddock family in the house. What's going on?
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us here today. We're excited to have you.
We're excited to be here. Yes. Thank you for having
us. Now, if you could just share your names.
Yes.
Just because we know who you are, but not everybody watching knows who you are. So just tell us your names and what grade you're in.
Okay, so my name is Aaliyah, and I'm in grade 10.
My name is Christian, and I'm in grade 8.
My name is Naomi, and I'm in grade 7.
What's your name?
My name is Anya, and I'm in grade. And I'm in kindergarten.
Oh, good job.
My name's Nyasha.
And my name's Darren, and I'm in grade
life.
Yes.
Grade life.
Hey, thank you everyone for being here. And your friend Damian Chandler says, "Oh man, I love the Ruddock family."
Yes. And Pastor Marvin Scott, he says, "What a handsome family."
Yes.
And love from, is it Dayla Mason? Hopefully I got that right. But we have some folks that are jumping on and just showing you guys some love.
Yay.
Hi.
So what we're going to do is we're going to ask each of you to describe a family member with one word. Okay, so we're going to ask Christian to describe Naomi in one word.
Naomi she loves gymnastics. So I would call her a gymnast.
Oh, okay. A gymnast. All right. Anya, can you describe mommy in one word?
Mommy that likes to do her homework.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes. Good job, mommy.
Good job.
Naomi, can you describe dad in one word?
Caring.
All right.
Caring, compassionate.
There we go.
Later, after sunset.
Nyasha, can you describe Christian?
Artist.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, fisherman.
Oh, I knew that about the fisherman.
Wow.
Yes. So you like to touch the dead fish or the alive fish, I guess? Yeah?
Live fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aaliyah, can you describe Anya?
Anya is very loving. She's always playing with her dolls and making sure they're all taken care of.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. How have you guys been managing as a family during this? I guess we've been in this stay-at-home order just under a week, but the whole quarantine experience for you, how have you been managing?
For me, it's kind of rough because I can't see my cousins and my friends and stuff. But it's kind of fun because I get to see my family much more than I would if it wasn't like this.
So like online and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I feel like we've had a lot more times having family worship and like eating dinner together, and that's really beautiful.
That's
It's
nice.
had its ups and downs. There have been times when it's been great being together and having a good time. And then there have been times when it's been like, is this house big enough?
Yeah. When we first moved in, this house felt large, but now there's 6 of us, and 2 of us working from home, and 4 of them being students. It's just, there are good days and bad. We're not going to pretend and say that every day's perfect, right? But I think we struggle and try to figure this out like every other family.
Yeah. What's the internet been like for you guys? Any fighting? Hey, telling people to get off, so that you can get a better signal. What does that look like in the Ruddock family?
We started a couple times.
Yeah. A couple times a week.
I did.
It's pretty hectic. It's pretty hectic trying to share the internet. All of us are working online, every single one. And so 6 computers going at once is kind of taxing Rogers.
Yes.
Wow.
For real. What do you like to do for fun?
We like to go sledding, especially when it's snowing or skiing.
Yes.
I guess we like to, sometimes we have game nights with our friends online and our family. So we like to do that.
Oh, that's
Camping.
fun. Camping.
We're an outdoors family.
Yes.
Nice.
Do you like winter camping?
No, we're not that.
Done that
We're
yet.
not that type of outdoors.
Okay.
I mean, when you say, outdoor, I mean, when you say camping family, it's like Canadian camping or like,
We have had day trips out where we'll go to the fire pit and huddle around the fire and have some fun outdoors, but it's usually at 0 or above.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last April, the kids set up a tent in the backyard and slept out there for a couple of weeks. But it was still really cold.
It was freezing.
It was freezing. But the good thing about it is they would wake up really early because they were pretty cold at like 6 o'clock in the morning. So they were never late for their online schooling, but I don't think they'll do that again. It was really cold. But it builds character.
Yeah.
Sure, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the difference between, Darren and Nyasha, how you guys were raised. And do you bring a lot of that into this family that you have now? Are there differences? Is it all the same or is it very different?
You want to go?
You can go first.
Me? So for me, I grew up in a military family in the UK. We spent some time in mainland Europe. Smaller family, it was just me and one other sibling. The one thing I realized with the difference being with this family unit, I realized is that smaller family, number one, but also how we communicate is different. So my family, growing up, I never really saw my parents disagree. They did that behind closed doors. So we never saw them also resolve their disagreements as well. So that was, I think that's one of the differences, I think. Them being in a large family and then realizing I now have to resolve my disagreements with my spouse in a way that enables us to still sleep in the same bed at night. Oh yeah, and Anya. She's teaching us on occasion. No. So I was just saying that for me, that's one of the nuances. I think smaller family and then how we resolve conflicts as well is different.
Yeah, for me, I still remember the day we went for church pictures at church. The family that I was raised in, and the photographer was trying to get us to smile, and he said, "My mom and dad have no fights," and we all bursted out laughing because our parents were never shy to have a bit of a disagreement in front of us, but
Mhm.
they also weren't shy to resolve it in front of us as well. And so, that's how we were raised. I was raised in a large family, so similar to the one that we're in right now. There were 4 kids and 2 adults. And I find that what I brought into this relationship is that for me, I get my energy from being with others. So if I'm with people, I get energized, I'm pretty excited. Whereas Darren gets his energy from being on his own, which makes sense for the family that he was raised in. We brought a lot of our traditions into this family. So like we love Christmas, we love games, we love to have fun, camping, get-togethers. I don't mind getting together with my family every weekend. So the lockdown has been pretty tough because we haven't been able to get together in that way. Whereas Darren's more accustomed, boarding school life, being away from his family, he's kind of a little bit more settled with that.
Yeah, although I have a large family across the Toronto area, so we still do get together. And it was amazing this Christmas period, which is probably the first time in years we haven't been able to get together with a family. We did it online, and I saw family that I haven't seen in decades. And it was just incredible that COVID, in spite of the challenges we've experienced, it gave us those small blessings where we were still able to connect with people that we otherwise would not have been able to connect.
That's amazing.
Wow.
That's amazing. There's good things, and then there's also some really messed up things that came out of COVID, right?
But I think in a lot of this, it's that we have to be intentional about what we want to bring into our homes, right? And so for both Nyasha and Darren, your own families, your own homes, and now you have your own family of procreation, you're able to share that and talk about, some of the ways in which you have been able to deal with conflict and those sorts of things.
Can they hear us?
Just check it in. You guys are okay? You can.
Something happened. Someone tried to call in, and they were trying to get us, and kind of
Speaking of
messed up the sound.
family.
No, family were trying to get in. Family were trying to get in and on the live talk here. So hopefully you can get that sorted out on your end. Once you guys can hear us, then please just let us know. But just kind of talk about a little bit the importance of passing things on to our families of procreation.
Yeah, I think we not only pass on our stories, but those traditions are really important. It was important for me to pass down that love of Christmas and, being together as family, potlucks and things like that, worship. That was important for me to pass down to the boys. Yeah, because I knew how much I loved it. You guys can hear it? Fantastical.
Right. Perfect. Yeah. So, one of the things that we want to ask the kids, like, first of all, who are we going to ask? Let's ask Aaliyah. Aaliyah, if somebody was to ask you who was Aaliyah, how would you say? How would you explain yourself?
Well, I think of myself as creative. I love acting, dancing, and I also think of myself as someone who loves being around people and engaging in conversations. Like this week on my Instagram, I had this big conversation with a bunch of my friends about human rights, and it was really powerful to hear all their points of views and stuff like that. So I think of myself as creative and just love being around people.
Yes.
Awesome. Christian, who is Christian?
I'm basically on the personality. I love, even though sometimes I don't talk, I show my emotions in drawing, going outside, and I basically love that's in the degree of art.
Okay. Yes. And Naomi, who is Naomi?
Well, Naomi is a person who likes things like athletic, going outside a lot, riding a bike. Even though with this kind of thing, having to socially distance with other people, I will ride around the park. It's like a lot. Like into contortion and gymnastics and all that.
Very cool. So I guess you can you do a backflip?
No, I can't do a backflip just yet without spawning, but I can do a back handspring is fun.
Oh, okay. I can't backflip either. But I can't do what you just said. Anya, what about you, my friends?
What about you? What do you like to do, baby?
I like to play with toys and go on a ride. And even I like to do some homework with my mom.
Aw, I like to play with toys too.
Actually, Naomi taught Anya to ride her bike.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so every other kid, between the two of us, we've gone out and taught. Just Naomi determined this summer to teach Anya how to ride. So at the beginning it was a little nerve-wracking, but they got it. It's amazing to see.
Good job, Naomi. Now you can teach Anya how to drive later. All right, so kids, we're going to do some this or that with you, and you let us know which one you would choose. Okay. Dog or cat?
Dog. Cat. Because cats are like, they're relaxing and they'll sleep and stuff, but dogs are always like, I want to play with you.
True. True.
Do you guys have a dog or cat?
No.
Are you ever going to get one?
I can see mom and
They
dad
say
kind
one
of
of these days
emphatically
we can get
shaking
one.
their head.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one.
If we ever live on a farm, we can have a cat.
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go.
Well, let's see. If you ever live on a farm, that's a great prerequisite. Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix.
YouTube.
Netflix.
Netflix.
Okay. Cardio or weights?
Wait.
Cardio.
Wait, because I like keeping my strength up and stuff. So
Me too.
You too?
Anya too.
Do you like ice cream or cake?
Ice cream.
ice cream cake.
Ice cream cake.
Can I have both?
Ice cream cake.
Ice
Sure.
cream cake. There we go.
I'm gonna have one ice cream.
Do you like a big party or a small gathering?
Small
Big
gathering.
party.
Darren, small gathering. Okay. Football or basketball?
Basketball.
All right. What's worse, laundry or dishes?
Dishes. Laundry, you can just put it in
agree.
and then you can wait for the dishes.
I
You have to
agree.
scrub every single one, or you can just put it in the dishwasher, which is so much easier.
Passenger or driver?
Driver.
Passenger. Passenger.
Passenger's more hard to get tired.
You're right, Anya. You are definitely right. Okay, last one is a nice car or a nice home?
Oh,
Home.
that's hard. It's hard to go crash.
And then cars.
You can hang out in a car.
That's right. Especially during this lockdown period.
Homes appreciate it.
Yeah,
I hear you.
seriously.
I hear you.
It's true.
I hear you. I hear you.
What is your, if you could give one kitchen tip from the Ruddock family, what would it be?
I would say you have to rearrange your kitchen every decade or every
Oh, you can clean it up.
Every decade?
If you want to keep it clean or anything, if you want to make it clean, don't put down and then leave it there. Just like clean it up after, and then you'll have clean your cut. Yeah.
I love these tips.
You like these tips?
I'm writing things down right now.
It's gonna be our family management moving forward.
What is the favorite dish for the Ruddock family?
Favorite dish.
The special spoon.
Especially.
The favorite dish.
Dish.
Double.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Double.
Double? Mm.
Who makes doubles?
French fries, definitely.
French fries.
We don't have groceries unless we have bread, bananas, and French fries as far as Darren's concerned.
Those are a staple. safe in our household.
I like French fries.
You like French fries
Because you
too.
get to have like.
Sorry, say we're having technical issues again.
That's amazing. All right. So kids, I have another question for you. What do you think your parents' wedding day was like?
Actually, they have a tape, and we just popped it in once, and we watched it.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of boring though, because a lot of people. They were just so-
There's a lot of people talking. Man.
I thought it was beautiful. Like they had sign language, they had candles all across Apple Creek. That's where they had their wedding,
Mhm.
and they let go of doves at the end.
Oh, cool.
I like the pictures. The pictures, yeah.
Yeah, the pictures are good too.
By listening to both of them about their wedding, I think it would be stressful for them. It was stressful
Mm.
Yeah.
because they had a lot of bills to take care of.
Is that pretty accurate, Nash and Darren? What?
Well, you know what's funny? My wedding day felt amazing. At the end, I married the person I loved, and that was the critical thing. All the other
Yeah.
stuff that worked or didn't work didn't matter. Got to marry Nyasha.
Hey.
Hey. Oh, I love that. I love it. Where did you guys meet?
We met downtown Toronto at a church event, actually.
It was the
Wow.
FAY event. Isn't that
Wow.
way back in the day?
Yes.
We met at a FAY. But the crazy thing about it is, I have known Darren's cousin. We were best friends since grade 1.
Oh.
And we went all the way through Crawford, 13 years and 4 years of Oakwood. And I'd never met Darren, even though I spent many nights at her house and had lots of good times. We didn't meet until I came back home.
Yeah. Although I think there was one time, apparently, we were at the same house at the same time. We just never met.
Never met.
Wow. God's timing's perfect, right?
That's
Isn't
right.
it?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. Just a few more questions.
Mhm.
I know hopefully you guys aren't getting bored, but
No, this is good.
any advice on how to survive or thrive during this stay-at-home issue?
Play a lot of games with your family. Spend as much time as you can with them, because a lot of things are happening. A lot of people are getting corona, and you don't know when it's gonna happen to your family.
And you don't want to be sad when no one's playing with you.
True. It's very true, Anya.
What do you
Yeah.
guys think?
Just what Naomi said, spending quality time together and finding things that suit your family, because every family's different. So for us, it's going up to a property and spending time and like roasting marshmallows together. And for another family, you might be staying home and doing puzzles and stuff like that. So it just depends on what your family likes and doing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry, I'm going to throw in another question there to the kids. Kids, do you have any advice for parents who are like really stressed all the time or trying to manage their kids' screen time? Do you have any advice for us?
Yeah. If you're trying to manage your kids' screen time, that's probably because you're not mostly spending a lot of time with them. So they're really
So spend time with them so you don't have to manage
like
their
that.
screen time.
I like that.
Yep.
Sorry,
Like that.
this is being recorded, right?
Yeah. it's
This is
good
on the World Wide
advice.
Web.
Good
find
advice.
time to
Great
spend
advice,
with
guys.
them. Or you can like have a screen time, so then you can have an amount of time that they can be on their screens and stuff. And then after that, they can play a game or do homework. Or something like that.
Scheduling your day is important, so they know what specific times they're on the computer in Zoom or in online class, and then maybe printing off their homework so they don't have to work on it online. And also blue light glasses, those are really effective.
Fantastic advice. I love it.
Christian, you got any advice to us parents?
Is it leave your kids alone?
Make sure you're always wondering what your kids are doing and want to do in that moment. So you could always check on them to see if they're in class or not in class.
Mhm.
And
Or that they don't have 2 screens open at the same time, maybe?
Maybe, yeah, that's good.
and schedule a time that you guys can spend time together in the middle of class.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Yeah.
Nayash, I think you were going to say want some advice on how to thrive or survive during this time.
You know, one of the things that we realized pretty early is that because we were home together didn't mean that we were together. We were in the same building, but Darren was doing his work and I was doing my work. And we realized one month that we had spent time in the house, but the kids were not with us. And it was a rude awakening, I think. And then, so we kind of almost lost control of our household, I can honestly say. And so it took some time to kind of figure out, okay, when are you going to be in a meeting? When am I going to be in a meeting? When can we check on them? How can we support them? How can we get away from our computers? Early in the game, Darren was on a COVID response team, which required him to be on at 7 o'clock in the morning. And sometimes he wasn't getting off until 10 at night and worked on weekends. Thank God for Sabbath. That was the only day that he had off. And so it was really hectic. So it really took some intentionality. And we have a phrase that we're starting to use more often. You might have seen us post about it, and that's stay engaged. And really, honestly, when we put that up, when we started thinking about that, we are trying to be a little bit more intentional about staying engaged with our family, and making time for some fun.
Yeah, that's great advice. And it's really simple. Because we can be in the same building, but not be really communicating or spending quality time together. Last question. What has surprised you in a good way about lockdown?
I was able to call my grandfather almost every day because I barely even see him because my dad said he lives in Brampton area. And I got to talk to him actually instead of like, okay, hi, Papa, okay, bye, I gotta go now, I have to go join class, okay? But now I've got to talk to him for at least like half an hour to 45 minutes to talk to him and stuff.
I love that.
It's funny Naomi says that. I have found, and I'll admit, although we're physically distanced from some people, in some ways we've drawn closer because we're being, like Nasha said, a lot more intentional about connecting with them.
Yeah.
So my mother was hospitalized in November. And admittedly, prior to that, I wasn't calling home to my parents as much. But when that happened, you know, multiple calls, even during the day. Thank God she got out this week. So finally, we're really excited about going to see Woody tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which will be, I mean, it'll be different because we'll still be, you know, physically distanced. We'll be in the driveway. But just that alone is just, you know, it's created a blessing in a way. That we're being much more intentional and trying to connect with people who are really important to us at this stage.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Wow.
I think there's a lot of challenges. Oh, go ahead, Nyasha.
I was going to say, I think one of the messages that we really want to make clear to families that might be watching is that, you know, we're sitting here and we're talking about some of the good moments, but honestly, we have some not so stellar moments as well. Some that you wouldn't want to be on YouTube for sure, right? And you know, no situation's perfect. In lockdown or not, you're going to have some good days and some not so good days. At the end of the day, one thing is great that we have in common is that we can stop and we can pray. And sometimes when it kind of gets out of control, it's good when cooler heads prevail. And sometimes Darren just says, you know what, we just need to pray. And you know, I just want to encourage families that, you know, there's no perfect scenario. Don't go through YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or whatever, even watching this and assume that any family's perfect. We are all flawed, and we're all in this together. So I'm really glad you guys are doing this because it gives an opportunity for families to kind of get some ideas from others and also recognize that none of us are perfect. So thanks so much for giving us this chance.
Absolutely.
That's true.
So we're in this for the long run. We know there's going to be good days.
That's right.
And bad days, but we're in this. So, you know, Nasha knows from day one, once we entered that marriage commitment, I'm not leaving. We're not going anywhere. We're not separating from each other no matter how bad things get.
Yeah, that's one thing that I can say. Darren said to me when we moved into our first place, he said, Nyasha, no matter what, I'm not going anywhere. That was like the best reassurance that I could have as a wife, that no matter what, it's like, if you're going to go, you're going to go, but I'm not going anywhere. And that was just awesome. So
that is really awesome.
Hey, thank you guys for
That's
just
awesome.
sharing your journey and your experience. I think everyone that is listening is also going through the same thing. You know, COVID hit, we're all at home. Some of us were able to pivot well, others, you know, are taking a little bit longer. But one of the things that we have heard from you guys is just to be intentional about the time that you have at the home. Like sometimes it's just very easy for everyone just to work. You go into your room, everyone's in school, and kind of not have those boundaries and some of those things just to check up on certain from time to time. So thank you so much, guys, for just being able to share that with us. And I'm sure that everyone has been blessed. I guess one last thing, you know, as we ask you guys, what is just a final word from your home to everyone that is
To the whole world.
the whole world, you know, essentially anyone who is going to watch this. So I mean, let's start with the kids first. So Aaliyah, what do you think? What is one thing that you just want people to know? Maybe an encouraging word.
I just know that the most important thing in a relationship is God, and once you have God inside of that family or relationship, everything will just work together.
Love that. Go ahead, Christian.
Always stay together, no matter how difficult it is, and always keep
together.
God in every little relationship that you have and you will have.
Mm-hmm.
I just say, no matter how many ups and downs your family has, you gotta still love your family because they're the best thing you could ever have.
How adorable are you guys? My goodness. Anya, go ahead.
So, like, you can call everyone on your phones, but not go to each other because what if they have corona?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
Tell
true.
them. Tell
Tell
them.
them. Tell the
Stay at
world.
home.
Wear your mask.
Stay at home.
Wear your
Right.
mask. I would say, you know, continue to have fun together. Like laugh a little. Stop sometimes when your kid tugs your shoulder or taps your knee. It's not always easy, but it makes a difference. So I would say, you know, pay attention to what your kids are saying. Have those conversations, and you know, just have some fun. Make it fun.
Make
Yeah,
it
I like that. Make it fun and keep the main thing the main thing. You know, do what you got to do so you can do what you want to do.
That's right. That's right.
The main thing, the main thing.
I'm gonna say that to my kids and see what they say to me.
That's a hashtag right there. So.
Well, you can follow us if you want tips. You can follow us on Instagram. We have a page called the Ruddock Family, and we put some of our crazy shenanigans on there, and sometimes some inspiration too.
Awesome.
So follow us and
Follow
and
them.
see what's
It's a
out there.
great. It's a great account. You'll enjoy it.
Yes. So let me ask you a question just on that. Is that a family project in which you guys came together to do as a family?
It is a family thing. The girls would love for us to do more is it blogging? Blogging on it. We don't do a whole lot of that, but every time we're together, everyone says, "Welcome to my channel," and I'm kind of like, oh. But you wouldn't want to see our cell phones. Half of it says "Welcome to my channel." But yeah, so it's kind of like a family initiative. I do a lot of the writing, but at the same time, everyone has input, and if they say they don't like it, it comes down. And Aaliyah is a good police officer, so that I don't put our address and our license plate on it.
Yes, that's really good. Good job, Aaliyah. Thank you so much for just spending some time with us.
Yes.
I know we took up about 35 minutes of your life right now, but I just want to say thank you for blessing with us. We're going to say a short prayer, if that's okay. Okay. Dear God, we just thank you for the blessing and the honesty of the Ruddock family. We just ask for your blessings of abundance on them to keep them safe, give them wisdom, and help them to keep going strong, even during this really challenging time. Thank you, Jesus, for loving us. Amen.
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 Amen. Amen. Thank you all for just joining us. Thank you, Ruddock family. Oh, thank you. Yes.
Good
And
job.
I believe that everyone is going to be blessed. Whoever is watching, share it on your page once again. And we hope to be back with another family just to interview and just to do life together. So
Yes.
God bless you all. Thank you, Ruddock family.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
So just stay online. Don't go anywhere right now. Just stay online.